Hi. So today is Sunday. I know we're supposed to make a show on Saturday, but there's only 24 hours in a day and couldn't add more time. So it's Sunday. You're welcome. But also today is Trans Day of Visibility, and so happy Visibility Day.
Yes.
My wonderful wife right here and our daughter, who is hopefully going to sleep right now, got me these for the day. These wonderful flowers. They smell like flowers. I think. Honestly, my nose is completely clogged and I can't smell a thing right now. So, and I'm breathing out my mouth. I'm sorry. On top of that, the 5th is the day that I dropped that big stack of letters. It actually was this letter right here. April 5th, 2016 is the day I dropped all these wonderful letters in the mail. This was my letter to my family and of some very close friends at the time to come out to them. So I'm almost been out, what I consider out publicly, for
3 years.
3 years.
Almost.
I think that when it comes to coming out stories, you hear a lot about, the trans person or the person who's coming out, their story about how it was nerve-wracking and this and that. We don't hear about the other person who's receiving this news that I think in a lot of ways completely has to shift their world too. So thought maybe we could talk about that today.
All right. Well, when Rachel put the letters in, I already knew. I'd known for a year, a little over a year and 4 months when she dropped the letters. So I'd known, but it was a big deal because it was the thing that was going to determine if family was going to stay or go. It was the thing that was going to determine what our relationships were going to be like, depending on how they reacted to this piece of paper. And so it was a big deal. I remember I actually took them to work, and I get to work early, so on my personal time before work, actually stuffing all the letters in envelopes, folding them. We had already done them, but folding them, putting them in envelopes, and we had already pre-stamped the envelopes and all that, and sealing them and going, here we go. And then Rachel dropping them in a mailbox.
I remember that. I remember the mailbox. I remember it seems like the tiniest little details of that drop. I remember sitting there and going, looking at them and feeling my heart pounding out of my chest. And my wonderful wife goes, you don't have to do this right now. And I said, yes, I do. And just did it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. Here we go.
And for me, driving away, it was, oh crap, what did I just do?
And for me, it was kind of the same thing. I think for me, I was more nervous because that same day that these letters were dropped, it was a Tuesday. We were also telling one of our friends in person on that same day.
I forgot about that.
And so it was very nerve-wracking on both ends. I remember telling Hadassah that, this friend may not stay tonight, depending on, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Someone that did stick around, but we didn't know at the time.
Right.
It's very nerve-wracking because it's something you don't have control of. You can't control how other people are going to react. Even if you think you know, you don't know. You just don't know.
What were your emotions in the whole thing? To me, when I came out to you, when I came out publicly to family?
I knew I was going to stay no matter what. It didn't matter if anyone else was going to stay or not. But for me, it was like, I hope other people stay so they can help bear that burden, because it is a big thing. There's a lot of change. And I didn't want to be the only one having to kind of shoulder that by myself, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And, at the time we weren't going to any type of meetings, or
Right.
we really didn't have that community support that we have now. So at the time, it was pretty much just me and a counselor and my mom.
And a couple friends.
And a couple friends from work, and that was all who knew. And so it was a lot, and it's like if family decides to walk out, we're starting back at square one. I mean, as far as
Mm-hmm. I had a point. I forgot it. But yeah, from like I've told, I think I said this here, that coming out to you was the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. I mean, I've done some stupid stuff, but coming out to you was just flat out scary. Dropping the letters in was not as scary because somewhere, I guess with me, I realized it was that me. I was at the. You agree? I agree. I starting to understand at that point that you were really serious about not going anywhere. Because that was a really big problem that I had, that there was going to be this one thing was going to be the straw in the broker, and she's going to run away. And I just knew it was just going to be this. And I started realizing, then when she's stuffing letters for my coming out, that she's not going anywhere.
Just so y'all know, there is a straw that will break me, but it has nothing to do with Rachel being trans. So
Right, and I don't really care about that straw. That straw's kind of, yeah, but it's nothing to do with transness.
no,
The transness a word?
I guess
Sure it
it
is.
is now.
But so dropping them was scary. It was a
I was more scared for her because it's, yes, it would be difficult if family left for me, but most of those letters went to her biological family. There was one letter that went to mine. My family, as I've said before, is relatively small as far as, so one went to mine, and they're 1,300 miles away, but most of those letters went to her biological family, so that was a huge thing. If they, their reaction was going to be more.
I mean, thinking back to that time, I remember, like I said, I remember very small, minute details of dropping letters in the box and going, "Here we go, it's done."
And I remember thinking they could be there as early as tomorrow.
Right. I didn't start getting replies back until...
Let's see, that was a Tuesday. Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Because I in the letter, I say take a couple days. Don't... Should I just read the letter?
If you want to.
I will just read the letter. That way you understand. Okay, so I just put R.A. McCartney on top because...
That's a story for another day. That's another good topic. We can talk about that.
Oh boy. I don't even know what you're talking about now. So... my reading skills are poor right now because it's late.
Would you like me?
No, I'll read it because it's my letter and I should. Dear family and friends, I hope you're doing well. What I have to say is not the easiest thing to say, but I need to let you know what has been going on in my life. My whole life I felt like an outsider looking in, always trying to fit what I thought everyone wanted me to be. 2 years ago I realized that I couldn't continue down this road and I had to make some changes. So here goes. I am transgender. I know this news might hurt to hear, and it's not my intention to hurt anyone. I know this announcement can bring some powerful emotions with it. I understand that. That is why I must ask you to please take some time before you respond. When the time is right for you, I would love to have a civil dialogue. All I'm asking for is a chance to show you, through this transition, I will become a better person. Now, to answer some questions before they're asked. This was, it seems like everyone's favorite point thing. 1, yes, Lori, no. I put no. Lori knows, and she's not leaving. 2, if you absolutely cannot handle me being transgender, please don't call, text, or post on my Facebook, well, how horrible I am. Just unfriend me on Facebook. I will understand. 3. Lorraine and Hadassah are off limits. You can hate me all you want to, but no bash. I forgot the ing. Bashing of them. It's great when you're like proofreading something 2 years, 3 years later. 4. I'm open to questions, but again, keep the questions respectful. And number 5. Yes, I have prayed about this, and not once have I felt convicted about being transgender. Love you all, R.A. McCartney. That is the letter I sent out to family.
So,
yeah, a couple days, like I said, a few days later, Friday, Saturday was crazy. Like everyone just started hitting back on that day, and well, some people did. I mean, the people who wanted to responded back on a Saturday, and
we got responses for actually like a couple months on and off.
right. Oh yeah, I forgot to say something and oh good, I just got completely clogged. Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah,
all the responses were positive.
right. Everyone who responded was positive.
Right, which is what the letter asked them to do. Don't respond if you're gonna, bash or whatever. There's people we haven't talked to since, unless we're absolutely forced to be in the same room with them, and then they kind of freak out.
Then it's awkward. It's very, very awkward.
Then there's people who have been 100% on board, supportive, and to the point of, did someone do something? I will fight them. You know who you are.
Yes.
So yeah, 3 years, almost 3 years.
3 years, and do I get a toaster at this point?
I don't think so. I think that's 5 years.
Do I get the official book for the trans agenda? Because I have not gotten it yet.
No, I think that's like 20 years down the road.
Dang it. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to getting my book on the trans agenda that everyone says is horrible. Because I really want to know. Because I really think the trans agenda is just tacos.
I don't know. All joking aside,
yeah,
it was a big day. We actually, to kind of end this on a funny note, we were going to send the letters out at the 1st of April. We were afraid people would think it was an April Fool's Day joke.
I mean, because I told my counselor at the time, I said, I want to send these out 1st of April. She's like, okay, 1st of April. I was like, okay, let's do this. And I get home, or we're driving home, because counseling was in Tulsa. And I'm driving home, and I'm like, wait a second. The 1st of April, April 1st. That's April Fool's Day. If I send out letters saying I'm trans on April Fool's Day,
people will think it's a practical joke.
People could think it's a practical joke. And this ain't no joke.
Right.
So I was like, let's hold off a couple days.
So we held off a few days.
Actually, we sent letters out a day later than we were supposed to. Because on there it says, but the date on top that got sent out was supposed to be the 4th.
Right, but they didn't print. I don't remember exactly
we
what happened.
We couldn't get them to print right or something.
And so we had to wait a day.
Get them, wait a day. And then we went right from there over to a pottery place. I said I want to do a piece of pottery to commemorate this. I still have the pottery. It's where I throw all my wonderful stuff. Junk. It's junk. Most of it's junk. And it's got the big trans flag on it and the date and all this stuff on it that I did that day. So
that's the milestone for the week.
The gym is there. We've
gone a couple times. We've got a better schedule now, so hopefully when we see you Saturday, we can say we went all our days.
Yay!
So
we'll be skinny and buff.
Yeah, not in a week.
That's not
how that works.
Dang it!
So we love you guys. Thank you for watching
Bye.
videos.
Am I hitting the stop button now?
Yeah.
Stop now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.